Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and welcome to the beautiful Yorkshire Dales. We're out on the bike, as you can see. Today I'm flying solo and I'm exploring these brand new to me trails that lay ahead. So today is very much going to be coffee beans and castles. So as always, in fine biking buddies fashion, grab yourself a brew, grab yourself a beer, strap yourselves in and come with me on this little voyage of discovery. Let's roll VT.
Where do you go when you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate? Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison, what's your pleasure?
Okay, so that's the titles done and dusted then. As you heard in the opener there, this is a brand new to me trail. I don't really know what it's got in store for me. It's predominantly a little bit of a climb with a long traverse and a very, very long descent when I'm travelling in the direction that I am. So the little clump of trees ahead of me, I believe is called Hellwith or Hell Gate or something. It's a little ravine that's been cut deep into the limestone by the rivers over lots and lots of years, with that water just pouring off the fells. Get in the middle, there we go, that's better. So yeah, I'm actually on a national trail. I think when you look on the OS maps, this is called the Old Road. It's generically referred to as the Coffee Bean Trail, and I think it is part of the River Eden National Walkway Scheme. Yeah, so I am expecting it to be a little populated with walkers and mountain bikers, etc. I know one thing's for sure though, it's an absolutely beautiful day for this kind of an explore. Certainly a lot of livestock around. I'm glad this trail is a gravelly trail and not a grass trail. I do think we have some grass later to deal with though. That is slippy stuff. What a beautiful part of the world. Look at this. This Coffee Bean Trail, as I will generically refer to it, I've looked at this for quite some time, to be fair. And yeah, I don't think it's, famous last words I'm sure, I don't think it's massively challenging in its own right. But it is one that's a little bit out the way. It's over to the top side, the west side of Hawes. So by the time I've got here, I've done about half a dozen or so trails already. And wow, some big boulders there. And yeah, I can certainly feel that element of fatigue in my arms to a certain degree. So this little bridge here is Hell's Gate, or Hell, actually I'm going to avoid that. That looks a little bit, just didn't fancy banging the front wheel over those massive great rocks there. Riding on my own, I just got to be a little bit mindful of pinch punctures, as it were. Yeah, some deep ruts there. It's obviously a popular trail with four-wheel drive vehicles, as I can see here in front of me, and they've moved for me anyway, so that is all good. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. So we're going to have a look and see what this is all about and see if we can't see the ravine. A little way across, let me just check the map so I can get the name correct on where we actually are. We are on Hellgill Bridge, so just checking the OS map there. Now there is a footpath that just runs down towards that farmstead down at the bottom there, and you can get into the gorge, but I just want to show you. I'll hold the camera long enough that hopefully the light levels will adjust, but if I look over this wall, wow, would you look at that? That is an incredibly deep and narrow gorge. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's have a look over this side and see the same. Blimey, look at that. How the water's just cut its way through the limestone. That is incredible. What an amazing place. I would imagine if you were off the bike and just exploring this little bit of woodland, footpaths up both sides, that would look quite spectacular. So my trail takes me gently across pretty much to the top of where I say I believe, and then I traverse and go all the way down towards the bottom. There is some public art over there which is referred to as the Coffee Bean, and I'll explain a little bit more about that when we're there. Okay, so this is indeed the Coffee Bean Trail. You can see there from the drone we've got some absolutely fantastic views around us, and what a place to be riding. I mean, this is just spectacular in every sense. You really get a feeling of elevation with this huge aerial drop to my left hand side there, and hopefully we'll be picking that up with the drone. I think we've still got us. And the fell's just towering above me across to the right. I would imagine if this is a rainy day, this is going to be another one of those Littondale kind of climbs where the grass is astronomically slippy, combined with that limestone as well. But today, no matter. So the valley that's across to my left, we are really at the head of the Eden Valley, which takes us over towards Cumbria, and we very much are in borderland territory at the moment. We're just crossing over from North Yorkshire, really, the Yorkshire Dales, into Cumbria. We're not actually on that boundary yet, but we're not a million miles away. The views that we've got here are absolutely phenomenal. I can see why this is a popular trail with four-wheel drive vehicles as much as TRF bikes as well. It is just an incredible place, and I've got another bunch of Forbies ahead of me there that I can see. Right, so here we are at the Coffee Bean. It is actually a sculpture. It is a sculpture that signifies the River Eden panning down the valley ahead of us there. What an incredible view, and what an incredible place. This is the namesake of the Coffee Bean Trail. So that is the Coffee Bean Trail done, and what a beautiful descent. Would you look at that? That is quite spectacular indeed. Just incredible. Let's drop into this rut, because it looks like we drop away a little bit steeper here. You just can't help but admire that view. Absolutely breathtaking. I've ridden down the road section, which is just down to my left on the valley bottom many times, but it's interesting just coming up to a different elevation. A different trail gives you a completely whole new spectrum and take on the lay of the land. So yeah, I'm very pleased that I've done this one. As I say, it has been high on the list for quite some time. So let's enjoy this beautiful descent down into the Eden Valley. So it is quite loose and stony, as I would well expect. I guess that's a combination of traffic and runoff. Let's get across. This side looks a little bit better, been slightly higher. Just got to arrest a bit of speed off there. That one caught me out a little bit indeed, it did. Tricky little forward section there. Yeah, that one caught me out there. Just a little bit much speed on the bike going in. I guess it's that not knowing the trail, I guess. But no dramas, as we've seen. What a beautiful little tumble. So we're pretty much like this all the way down. That's the Coffee Bean part of the video done. The next section are the castles, and we have two to visit today. One a little bit more famous than the other. So I'll get myself to the bottom of this trail, and we'll see you when we're at the infamous Pendragon Castle. Cannot wait. And this sees the very short road section dispatched, because I do believe we are just coming up to the castle. It should hove into view just after these bushes. Ta-da! there we are, Pendragon Castle. A few people up there, so I'm actually going to get off the bike and have a little look around that, because our next trail lies a little way just up the valley that we can see there. Pendragon Castle, fantastic. What a day. Well, the sheep are not daft, they certainly found the shade, that is for sure. So yeah, here we are, Pendragon Castle. What an incredible structure. And you can see how it just overlooks the valley there, high up on top of this hill. Well, clearly it wasn't impervious, but it would have been quite difficult to breach these big solid stone walls. I do like a good castle, and what a place for a castle to be. It's incredible how much is left, all things considered. The ravages of winter, and also the ravages of the locals. I mean, a lot of the farmsteads surely would have been made from the stone that was pillaged from the castle. But yeah, this is definitely well worth a stop and a little bit of an explore, despite the fact it's red hot. So my trail takes me up and across over these fells that we're looking at now, across over to Cumbria. So yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic day of discovery, and who wouldn't like the Eden Valley, eh? What a beautiful place. So a very short distance from the castle, just down a very minor road, and we're on to the next trail. A little bit of a rocky descent, but this one should follow down by the river in the fullness of time. I do love these out of the way places, and the nice thing for me today is all of these trails are new to me, so it's nice to just take a little bit of time and just work my way along, taking in the views and the scenery, as well as the trails themselves. Quite a boggy section there. Yeah, I've got a very steep drop down to my right hand side. That's where the river is. I think once I get over this crest, then in fairness I do drop down towards the river, I do believe, from looking at the Green Road map. So part of this recce, incidentally, is I'm planning on doing a semi-wild camp next weekend with the boys, and I was looking for some gentle trails that we could do with the bikes fully loaded up, and I think the ones that we've been on today, they would most definitely suffice. Yeah, you come around the corners like these and it's just wow. This definitely is a transition from the Yorkshire Dales into Cumbria. I can just start to see the Lakeland Fells just hoving into view. I'm sure they won't be picked up on the GoPro, but yeah, this is an amazing place for sure. So we've turned the corner now and we're on the climb up towards the road section. I don't believe it's overly far away, to be fair. And the next castle, if I'm pronouncing it right, I think it's called Lammerside Castle. I'm sure I'm getting that wrong. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue correctly. Lammerside Castle, but it's over there somewhere. We follow this trail along, I believe, and then we hit a 90-degree left, and the castle should just be in the field off to our right. So I'm quite interested to see it. I've never been down this way before. This is a little bit of an off-road area. I know we are off-road, that sounds silly, but it's we're going between valleys, as it were, so there's no adjacent road section that I would have ever traversed. Yeah, I can see the castle there over to my right. Well, it's just slightly in front to right in the field there, so we're going to go have a look at that and see what it's all about. I do like a good castle. You can tell we're on the borders, as in the borderlands of counties, with these very heavily fortified homes that we generically refer to as castles today. Look at this for a beautiful little spot. I do like these trails that just follow the rivers as much as I like the woodland trails. There, Mr. Sheep, let's be having you. It's always worth just rolling the throttle off and giving the sheep a little bit of time to disperse. Certainly if the landowner's watching you as well, you don't want to be charging through or worrying the livestock. That's the last thing we want to be doing. Wow, yeah, there's the castle off to my right, and it looks like I can just get the bike tucked up here. There's a public footpath, So I'll get the bike through the gate onto the level and we'll jump off and go have a look at this castle. It does look rather interesting. Right, so that sees us off the bike. Hello there, Mr. Drone. So let's come with me and let's go have a look at this castle. Okay, so that's a little bit of aerial done. Let's go have a look inside this castle. I'm sure it'll just be a bit of a haunt of sheep. Hopefully the light levels have adjusted there for the GoPro. Just got to watch my head. Wow, look at this. Look at that fortress ceiling. This is amazing. I must look up a little bit of history about this place. There's it's on a predominant point, but nowhere near as much as Pendragon. That would have been the fireplace, I'm guessing. Looking at that, is that a chimney? Yep, that looks like a chimney. And in here, oh, what's this over here? Bit of a dead sheep carcass, so a little dodgy little room. Let's have a look. Wow. Yep, sheep carcass. This is, maybe this was a little guard's room or something. I don't know, possibly a toilet there. Wow. Yeah, this is amazing. It's always quite interesting when you're discovering new things, that is for sure. And none more so than castles. Who doesn't like a good castle, eh? Let's have a look through this other bit. Yes. I don't know whether that was the kitchen section. There was a little bit more finery in here. A little bit more finished stone, so perhaps this was maybe the living chambers, or they could actually have been up above and I could be down in the servants' quarters, who knows. But yeah, this is quite the place indeed. Let's have a look. Oh heck, I don't know whether this has been filled in with rock falls, etc., but you wouldn't want to be overly tall back in the day, that is for sure. Let's nip outside here through the tiny little hobbit door, minding the top of our head. Bright lights again. Wow, what a place. And what a predominant view, looking over the Eden Valley and Pendragon Castle up and across the way around there. So yeah, I wonder if the two were actually linked. There's a very good chance that they were. I can't see them being feuding families, not being this close together. It's more like they would have been supporting clans and families. Wow, yeah, really glad I came here. This is quite incredible. So it looks like we can get up here. This would have been a helical stairwell, I'm guessing, before it's all collapsed, but we can get up here a little bit. Just got to be careful not to slip and fall. I am on my own today. Wow. Yeah, so that's looking down into those lower chambers where we've been, so I guess this quite possibly would have been the living quarters up here, and you can certainly get an impression. Too close to the edge there. Certainly get an impression of the commanding views. Let's have a look off the front of here. Wow, loose those arrows. Get back, you scum. And there's the river down there for the watercourse. Yeah, what an amazing place, eh? Well then folks, that sees me coming to the end of this little trail. I believe I pop out onto the road at the farmstead. So if you've stuck with me on this little voyage of discovery, coffee beans and castles as we're calling it, then thank you very much for your company as always. If you've enjoyed the video, then please give it a like, share the video if you want to, and please do leave a comment. I do my level best to reply to every comment that I get, both positive and negative. And if you've not done so, then please hit the subscribe button as well. That's a lot of action points for you guys. So I'm going to work my way over towards Kirkby Stephen and then come back over the tops on my way home. It's all familiar territory for me, so I'll not film that section. So to close the video out then guys, thank you very much for your company wherever you are in the world guys. Whatever you're doing, keep it safe, keep it shiny side up, and we will catch you for the next one. Let's pass this video out with a stunning view. Cheers folks, Bye now, bye.